I figured I would do this. Okay, so I'm gonna head off to live my life and figure out my life. And I'm actually headed out to, my parents are supposed to be in town, so yeah. I think this is the way. I could be totally wrong. I was at the library for a while and just chillaxed. And basically they had a competition of count the nutcrackers. So I was like, okay, so I counted the nutcrackers. I counted like 17. I'm sure there's a lot of other people who have also counted, all the nutcrackers. And then, so there was that. Are you stopping or going? The guy with a bicycle. Okay. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm also wearing a short sleeve shirt because, well, even though it's 63 degrees outside, it's like, some people might be like, that's cold. At the same time, when you've experienced like 50 degrees, 63 degrees actually feels comfortable, so yay. Any questions or comments, concerns? But yeah, so I am currently headed over to the hotel that my parents are staying at. I have no idea if they serve breakfast or anything like that. They should have arrived down, but they haven't texted me, but that's because they said that they're getting a vehicle rental. There we go. So I'm like, good for you! I don't have to drive you guys around. You guys can be independent. So, yeah. I really need to wash my windshield. So what is that whenever I park, instead of parking like in the parking lot, I go ahead and park in front of the dormitory, because I'm like, hey, why not? It's the dorm. It's like easy peasy. I get out and I go, basically. And so yeah, I get out and go. It makes things a little bit easier for me. But let's see, what else? So also that area that I'm at, it's actually underneath some trees, and because of that, why are your brights on? Because of that, like, my windshield is now dirty, so yay. Very dirty, actually. I noticed it was dirty like this morning, or like whenever I came out this afternoon. So, yeah. And I can't see because it glares out in a really weird pattern. So, yeah. I was talking to someone earlier, and I was like, how much do you pay? They're paying insurance on it, and they are also, they got into a car accident, so they're also paying for repairs on it. And I was like, how much is your insurance? And they're like $300 a month. And then I asked them, I was like, that's as much as a car payment. How much are you paying for the car payment? And they were like 300 or 350. I was like, that is a really cheap car payment. My guess, I'm not 100% sure, is that basically they placed a decent sized down payment on the vehicle, and because of that, it saved them a lot of money. So it's like, hey, good for you. So yeah, I think I need to just clean off my windshield because I can't see out very well even in the dark. Usually I can see decently at least. So yeah. And then what I'm going to do, I'm actually headed to the hotel that my parents are going to be at. I wish I had a hoodie, honestly. And it's because I was like, oh, it'll be cold because it's Christmas. No, this is the odd state. We're in the South, so of course it's going to be like nice and warm. I still remember one of the states that I was at. I lived there for 4 years, the horrible state basically. And it was, well, I mean, the weather was fine. I remember one year, like the year that I was moving out, they're like, yeah, it snowed the first time that it had snowed in 18 years. And then there was another time in which, what happened? Yeah, there was another time in which, so it snowed for the first time in 18 years. And I remember, like, my parents came down to visit because they didn't live there. They came down to visit. They ended up renting Airbnb. The city that I was in, it wasn't very big. It was actually, like, it was considered a metropolis, but it was tiny. Like, it was a college town, so whenever the college students left, it was, there was hardly anyone there. But yeah, whenever that happened, it's like, oh. Yeah, whenever the college students left, it basically, like, the place died, basically. But yeah, I remember my parents, because of how small it was, they ended up renting an Airbnb house. It was like 3 stories and could fit 6-7 people in it. And it was $89. No, I think it was $85 a night. I was like, wow, that is cheap. Like, super cheap. So, yeah, I was impressed. With how cheap it was. So it was thankfully not expensive at all. Alright, person. Okay. And then I think once I get there, I'll text them. And then I'm going to go inside with some books and, like, read. Like, I'm going to go inside the hotel lobby and read because it's like, what else am I going to do? They may have eaten or they might not have eaten. I don't know. I know my mom's, like, probably pestered my dad about, like, eating food. And in my case, I would be happy if I just, like, have a home-cooked meal. Cracker Barrel for the win! Woohoo! Oh, I saw this, so I am a fan of dark humor. Like, I really am. And that's like black humor, racist humor, dark humor. I just find it hilarious. Now, I understand that not everyone is a fan of it. So I saw this one video where this lady, I think she's from Uganda. Yeah, she's from Uganda. And she's like, yeah, she believes that the one thing to help overcome racism is to date someone who is not your race. And I'm like, you know what? I actually kind of agree with that. Because if you date someone who's not your race, like, you like, and then it's like, you know what was it? I remember years ago, some people were like, yeah, you claim not to be racist, then go ahead and date someone who's not your color of skin. Date someone who's opposite your skin color. And it's like, yeah, I can see that. And so she's like, yeah, she went ahead and learned, she was interested in this guy who was, she was interested in this guy. And so what she ended up doing was that she went ahead and she learned all about the Chinese history and culture and all that. And then she finds out that he's from Malaysia. And it's like oops. And then also, one of the other jokes that she told was that Uganda is really good at like running over, like a tourist comes over and like the car runs over the tourist. So Uganda is really good about that. And then also for their coffee, which I'm like, I really want to try their coffee now. Or like something similar to it. So yeah, they're really known for that. And then, yeah, so they're known for their coffee and they're known for running tourists over. So in other words, they are really known or good for their flat white. I was like, that's hilarious, but I can't put it on my Facebook page because it's only on Facebook. Oh, but it was so funny. It was so funny. So yeah, I was like, I like that so much. Alright, car passing on the right, and I eventually need to get over in the right lane. And I want food. If they don't have food, I'm just gonna drive back to my dorm, and like, I have a bunch of food over there, so yeah. And then I think I know exactly where this hotel is at. It's actually at the hotel that is near one of Planet Fitness's. So what I would do is that I would stay at, sleep at Planet Fitness parking lot. And yeah, I would basically park my car at Planet Fitness and then sleep in their parking lot. Yeah, I was like, sleep for the win. Yeah. And my parents are coming in, so yeah. And then I'll be offline probably the rest of the night. I may make a video on the way. I can make a video on the way back. So that video will not be live. It'll be like, I'll record it and then I'll upload it once I get back to the dorm. So yeah. Alright. Oh, I have to turn right. Okay. The person behind me is turning. There we go. Also, considering with my job, people get fired for being late. I'm like, excuse me as I go ahead and like, there we go. Excuse me as I go ahead and, or not late, I'm sorry, not late, but if they go over the speed limit, I'm like obsessed and paranoid, obsessed. And so what I do is that I go ahead and like worry about it, and I'm like, oh shoot, and I drive really, really slow. Or like couple miles under the speed limit because I'm like, don't fire me. I need this job. Even if you're paying me one day out of the week, either way, like I'm being paid, so why not? I really hope that they have. So they don't have... I'm looking at... Oh, bright light. I really need to clean off my windshield. I need to clean my window, and there's no one with the squeegee for my front windshield. Oh, they're there. Yay! Okay. Why are they all on the inside? Okay, that's... In other words, like, you know, you have the outside ones and the ones that are inside, where you have, like... Okay, so... I'll be here if you have any questions, kind of. I'm going to wash off my windshield because it's actually full of pollen. It's not as foggy. Okay, but it is kind of windy. I didn't entirely clean off the windows very well because it's still kind of wet in certain areas. It'll eventually dry, I hope. Hopefully it'll be a clean dry. Now, are they at here or are they there? They're here. Okay. I wonder if this is them. I wonder if they got a rental, like a European rental. Ah, it's a comfort suite. So in other words, they will have a kitchen. And that is not my parents. They do have a swimming pool, so that's kind of nice. Alright, so I will see you guys later. One sec. No questions? Okay. Yeah. Talk to you guys later. Hope you have a great night. Merry Christmas. All that jazz. I'm gonna bring in some books and read while I wait for my parents. So, yeah. Bye! Have a great night. Au revoir.